Glad to see some people here tonight. We're going to begin with for the record, we do have a quorum. Madam Recorder, all members are present. We're going to begin with a prayer from our Vice Mayor, Mr. Cates, and then we'll be followed in pledge. If you'll all please rise.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this another day. We just thank you for the many blessings you bestow upon us. Just thank you for this board. Pray you just give each one of us the knowledge, ability, and the wisdom to make the right decisions. Lord, just guide us in the right direction. We just thank you for our employees. Thank you for our town. Thank you for all of our citizens. Just pray that you go with us and everything. I pray everything that's said and done will be pleasing to you. Ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. This time we need to approve the agenda. Mr. Ellis, do you have any additions or deletions?
I do, Mayor and Board. I would ask that we add to the agenda the approval of minutes for the December 18th regular called meeting. They were unapproved in the last meeting. I would also ask that we remove ordinance 2603. Ordinance 2603. That is the billing procedure amendment under new business D. I'd ask we remove that and be brought back at a later date.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Did we not take a vote on the minutes?
No, we did not.
Okay. No, there was no vote taken?
But, it failed due to a lack of motion.
Is that something that we can revisit if it's already failed? That'd be a question for.
Yeah, you can always.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Anything else from an alderman? Okay. I'll take a motion when you're ready. I have a motion from the Vice Mayor to accept the agenda with the changes. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. And we're up to the approval of the minutes. Did everyone get a copy in front of them? Okay. If you need to review them, you may do so. If you're ready to make a motion, I'll take a motion when you're ready.
Is this on the December the 18th one?
Yes, Mr. Cates.
I make a motion to pass it with the addition adding that the town recorder is also a town employee.
You got a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Got a second, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. We have a special meeting on December 18th. You have those minutes all as well. I'll take a motion when you're ready.
Make a motion pass.
A motion to approve from the Vice Mayor, second. Second from Alderman Bailey. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. I wish the entire agenda was like this. Next is the work session minutes from January the 8th. I'll take a motion when you're ready. Motion to approve, Alderman Labuddy. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Work session minutes from February 5th. Again, whenever you're ready.
January 15th, Mayor.
I might not have that in my packet. Well, let's do the 5th because I've got a motion from the Vice Mayor to approve if that suits everybody. Second from Alderman Labuddy. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes, and then we'll back up and do January 15th, regular meeting, regular board meeting. Motion to approve from Alderman LaBuddy. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from the Vice Mayor. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, next on the list is citizens' comments. This portion of the agenda is reserved for public comment from Town of Oakland residents who wish to comment on matters that are germane to the items on tonight's agenda. Speakers shall limit their comments to 3 minutes unless additional time is allowed by the chair. The total length of this public comment shall not exceed 10 minutes. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak tonight? Connie's right in the front row. I saw her hand first. Come on up.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Constance Howell. I reside at 180 Fair Oaks Drive. I represent an organization called A Better Oakland. We formed this group to request clarity and transparency in the operation of town government and to inform the citizens of Oakland of the decisions and guidance of our leaders, that they were in the best interest of the constituents. We would like to thank you for the board packet being shared publicly before these meetings. We would also like to ask you to add the beginning and ending balance to the financial statements. A plus and negative for the month/year to date does not give the whole picture, and the item about the special fund for the park is left out. So y'all think about that. We have spent time in meetings talking to leaders, whether it be town manager, the mayor, or department heads. May I say that we have some great people leading the fight to give us the services we deserve as paying citizens. However, the town does have some major issues, starting with, but not limited to, any plans to spend any money. I'm speaking to the resolution 2602, 03, 04, 05, and 06. Okay, the reason I'm talking about those is we need to make sure we know where the money's coming from, how long it's going to last, how long it takes to pay it back, all of those little things that we seem to miss. We sent a list of items by way of email to every board member, the mayor, and the town manager. Everyone now, including everyone in this audience, now has a copy in their hand. Not one person responded to our comments. A couple of conversations have taken place with some of the leaders acknowledging that they did not receive the email as well. If you have posted incorrect emails on your page, would you please correct those going forward, because you will be receiving more emails as we go along. These recommendations to improve clarity and transparency were not chosen lightly. They were really studied and thought about to try to help the town of Oakland to situate things financially going forward so we could have a solid, concrete, good start for this board. Okay? They are legitimate requests to give Oakland a clean slate in order to build trust between the constituents and the leaders of this town going forward. While we are proud to have Ms. Rice as the financial director of this town, we need proven facts and figures for the way of reporting financials to clear any stain on the operation of this town and to stop all the negativity that circulates on social media. We just need it to stop because it's a stain on this town and it needs to go away. We now respectfully ask that you honor our request with appropriate definitive answers. Please let us know how and when you're going to do that. You must be aware that the sooner these issues are addressed, the easier it will be to provide effective corrective measures. We can't wait 6 months and decide we're going to fix our problems. The town cannot move forward without this clarity. We must have honest and verified tracking of all the town's expenditures to stop the negativity going forward. Why would any one of you, including the town attorney, be willing to sign your name to documents that may be legally questionable going forward? And Mr. Minor, just to make something clear, are you elected or appointed? I'm appointed. You're appointed. That's what we know. In respect for you as the duty as attorney for this town, We know that you advise officials on what is legal and illegal before actions are taken, warn against unlawful, risky behavior and conduct, draft ordinance, contracts, resolutions that comply with law, protect the town from lawsuits, penalties, invalid actions, ensure procedural compliance, open meetings, due process, bidding laws, ethics rules, and all of that. If officials ignore that advice, the attorney's job is to document the risk, not to make it legal after the fact. We know you understand that. The attorney should keep officials inside the law. The attorney is neither the citizens nor the official's lawyer. The attorney represents the town as an entity.
Hey, Connie, you're
Yeah.
running long, and we can address a lot of what you're bringing
Okay, I'm
up.
almost finished.
Okay.
Okay, when officials push the edge, the attorney's integrity matters enormously. A good municipal attorney says, you can't do that, and if you do, here's the legal exposure. So in going forward, we just are curious, is there any part of the mismanagement of funds reported then and now are you, as a town attorney, familiar with? Anything that you're familiar with going forward?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm almost done. Don't interrupt me, please. Please share with us why you allow the town to proceed doing business as usual when it was obvious to everyone that the town was in violation of tracking regulations. What, if any, did you encourage or ensure compliance? Can you produce documents to support your position? Did any of the town converse with you regarding any facet of these multiple questionable matters? It's just hard for us to realize that we can have, as bad as we probably need all these resolutions, it's hard to have them when you're not sure about where you stand as a town. That's all we're saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. You had your hand up. Come up, please.
My name's Karen Doyle. I live at 535 Maple Street here in Oakland in Chickasaw Gardens. I spoke with Mr. Ellis after the last meeting on 115 regarding the paving of Maple Street, and he took my name and number and said he would look into it and give me a call. About 2.5 weeks later, I went to City Hall and asked to speak with him because I had never received a call. He told me that it was probably because it wasn't good news for me, and he told me that he thought there still had to be 3 or 4 lots still needed to be built, but we were supposed to be at 100% complete before they would pave. I told him there was only 1 lot needed to be completed, and that we were told by Regency the road had to be 90% due before paving, done before paving. We were at least 99.9% complete. And then he told me that they had to get the money, and I told him Regency had already sent it to them, to the town. He took my name and number again and said he would call me. I still have not heard from him. Today I spoke with a gentleman from A2H who's been sitting for the past 2 days in his truck while there have been gentlemen working on the streets. I went up to him and asked him if they were getting ready to do the top pavement, and he told me they were just checking the base coat. He said he had spoken to Dennis, I don't know who Dennis is, and he does not know when they will have a contract to do our street. He said they also need to get the funds, which I told him that the town already has the funds. So all I'm asking is, can somebody tell us when we're supposed to be getting our street paved? Also, I had shown him a picture that day I came up here. I don't have it on my phone, I must have deleted it. But we've got 1 or 2, well, I know 1, but I believe there's 2 manhole covers that are at least 2 inches above the pavement. People are parking on the streets, we're zigzagging. Some people's cars are already starting to show problems with. Who's supposed to be fixing these cars if they're not gonna fix our street? I'd just like to know an answer.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Doyle.
Thank you.
We're running low on time. I've got 1 more. I saw someone's hand. Mr. Olson, but, I'm sorry, sir, what's your name? Richard, you can get with me after. Go. Come on up.
Hey, good evening. Lauren Aber, and I'm at 190 Chickasaw Trace, also in Chickasaw Gardens, and exactly what Karen is saying is true. There was a bond that Regency had given to the town for the paving of all of our streets. So, anyway, in last month's BMA meeting, the mayor opened by wishing everyone a happy 2026, then immediately criticized citizens for posting concerns on social media. He even suggested that 2 developers backed out of Oakland because residents dared to question the decisions of their own government. So I have a question of my own. Why is the mayor more upset about developers walking away than he is about the people who actually live here? Why is he defending the clear cutting of land and overpriced subdivisions instead of defending the citizens who elected him? We keep hearing buzzwords like economic growth and future sustainability, but real sustainability requires planning. Roads, utilities, schools, infrastructure that can support growth safely. Right now, we're watching the opposite. We have uncontrolled development, a water treatment plant that's stretched thin, and roads crumbling under construction traffic, such as what's in our neighborhood, and schools that are overcrowded. How do we fix it? First, the BMA should consider a 1-year moratorium on new residential and commercial development. In my own neighborhood, houses are going up so fast and priced so high that investment firms, not families, are buying them as rentals. If we don't slow down, Oakland becomes another community where residents are priced out and stability disappears. If a moratorium isn't possible, then raise the tap fees on new development. Citizens should not be punished with doubled or tripled water bills to pay for an overpriced loan. If developers want to build here, they should invest in the utilities beneath the ground, not just above it. Next, we need a real plan for road maintenance. Any responsible community has 5, 10, and even 20-year infrastructure plans. I have yet to hear long-term road planning discussed in any of these meetings, and stop reacting after things break. Instead, get ahead of the maintenance and show residents that our safety matters. Lastly, the BMA must consider the impact of development on our schools. One of our elementary schools has nearly triple the students of other elementary schools in the same county. That didn't happen by accident. It happened because no one planned for the families moving into these new homes. Children deserve safe, reasonable class sizes, not overcrowded rooms or long bus rides across the county. Unlike the remarks made last month, my hope for 2026 is sincere. I hope this year brings unity, transparency, and a renewed commitment to listening to the people of Oakland, even when we speak up on social media. Thank you.
Thank you. We are over the time. I don't know what the legalities are. There is one more person who'd like to speak. Can I let them speak, or is the board gonna, should I move on?
You have the authority to extend.
Well, it says not to exceed 10 minutes.
I understand that, but you, as somebody can, if you can.
Do the aldermen have a problem if I, Richard, would you like to come make a statement? You do? Okay, come on.
Thank you.
She said she does not. Go ahead.
Richard Olson, 20 Burr Oak. Couple of things. In the work session, I brought up that one of the fireworks bidders didn't supply a price in their bid, and I received some pushback on that. So I was just wondering if the alderman found that in the bid package that they had received. Okay.
Go on with your comments. We'll address it.
Okay. The second thing is on the accounts payable item, that's the last item on the agenda. I was looking at that, and in the PO field, it says verbal. One of the items on there was $711. The municipal code copy that I have states that anything over 500 needs to go through the requisition and purchase order process. So I don't know if that was a one-off or if there's kind of institutionalized neglect of that policy. But certainly, when you have something that's $711, I don't believe that the PO field should be verbal.
Right.
The last thing is, it came up in the work session as well, and I don't remember the gentleman's name, but Mr. Ellis, I think, mentioned it. that he's the one that took the initiative to look at a 3-year plan on fireworks to try and save the city money. What was his name?
Mr. Weston, the park director.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to him, because I think that's the kind of thinking that we need in the town, is people that are willing to kind of challenge the status quo and say, how can I do things differently to save the town money? So thank you to Mr. Weston. Thank you.
Okay. All right. This will close our citizens' comments portion for tonight. Oh, comments from the mayor. Well, okay, first of all, I say this from time to time. The citizens' comment section is a place for you to address the alderman, not to ask questions and expect feedback. We usually take notes, and during the course of the meeting, your questions will be addressed and answered. And if not, you can get to the appropriate person after. Let's see. You know, look, I'm a supporter of Better Oakland. Okay, I hope you guys come in here and do a good job. A lot of the things that you've asked, I know that our town manager and town attorney can address on their own in a few minutes. A lot of the things have already been determined. We usually take up a lot of these items in the springtime and budget. If you want to know about expenditures and things of that nature, April, May, and June is a really good time to attend these meetings, because then you find out the budget for the entire year. So when it comes up in the packets, we know if we're on track and things of that nature, okay? Let's see. Now, somebody mentioned about, well, 2 people mentioned about negativity. And in my comments, the negativity is not coming from this board. Not to my knowledge. I have seen no alderman, no town attorney, no town manager, not myself, put out negative things on social media. I will point out that the most misinformation and negative person that is on social media is a member of a Better Oakland. So I appreciate your comments, but I mean, this is for the residents. To the gentleman that said something about my comments were to address the negativity online. People that are coming here to do business, okay, are not friends and developers. They're bringing shops for Oakland residents to shop in, so you don't have to drive to Shelby County, okay? And the negativity that they read from citizens online is the number one reason they do not come here. We just lost our 3rd big box store just in the last 2 weeks. They're going to Arlington because they don't want to come to Oakland and deal with it, okay? As far as the economic development is good in 2 ways. It keeps our citizens here in Oakland, so you can drive 5 minutes to shop instead of drive 30 minutes to shop. And the additional sales tax revenue that is generated puts money in our coffers, so your property taxes don't have to go up. It's as simple as that. This year's budget that we passed last year was roughly $17 million. We're collecting $3.1 million of property tax. All the rest are fees and sales tax. Sales tax is what drives all economies in Tennessee. As far as tap fees are concerned, there is a state law. Our attorney has announced at one of these public meetings, we have already been put on notice by MTAS. Our tap fees greatly exceed what the state law allows. If we continue to talk about tap fees, all it takes is one builder, one developer to come up here and challenge us, and our tap fees will be reduced by more than 90%. We cannot justify where they sit. Even if we could raise tap fees, builders will just build somewhere else. Most builders do not just build in Oakland. They have 12 or 15 projects going on at a time. They'll build somewhere else and we'll have nothing. But I hope that answers some of the questions. I know some of you won't be happy with these comments, but I do represent all of the people, and I'm here to put the truth out. So there's at least one source of correct information.
Can we respond?
You can, at the end of the meeting. And another thing, and I appreciate that question, because I'll address that. In a workshop, we welcome input, and we welcome people to come and give us ideas and ask questions. In a town meeting, this is a public meeting, but it is for the aldermen. The audience is here to witness the meeting, so it is conducted in public. But this meeting is for the aldermen. And we do allow citizens' comments, and again, those things will be addressed. This is not me trying to rule from, I don't know, whatever this seat is. This is state law, this is Robert's Rules of Order. You're not on the agenda, but I will yield some of my comments if you had anything you wanted to respond to or address, Mr. Minor, or will you want me to just move on with the agenda?
I don't have any comments at this time.
Okay, thank you. Well, I will conclude my comments, and I will ask if there's any comments from the Board of Aldermen themselves. Vice Mayor Cates? Nothing. Alderman Campbell?
No.
Alderman Austin?
No.
Alderman Labuddy?
I do.
Go ahead.
The, Better Oakland group, how many people are in your group?
About 15.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Connie.
Tommy, you were addressing the attorney. Just a question, do you have any experience like as an attorney, a paralegal, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. That's all I was curious about, those two things.
But there will be.
Does that conclude your comments? or do you
Yes,
have
I'm
more?
sorry, that's all I had.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Alderman Bailey?
I just like to thank everyone for being here.
There you go. Okay. Normally, this is, okay. Well, consideration of department directors, it's opposite on the agenda. Was that a mistake?
I don't understand the question. What's opposite?
I thought town manager went next. Okay,
No.
all right. Next is consideration of department director reports. Is there any department director here who wishes to address the board tonight? Is there any alderman who would like to question or has something for a department director?
Mr. Mayor, I would like to compliment the water and sewer plants on the reports that were given to the aldermen this month. They were very well explanatory as to where they did some work during the recent ice storm, where they have repaired a water main, and that Blake had thoroughly explained some issues that were at the sewer plant, but he did mention the director's order in his statement, so he apparently is still doing pretty good with the director's order and trying to keep Oakland out of trouble in that field. So I just wanted to commend them on the continued good work that they're doing. And that's all I have.
Yeah, the water department's been busy. I did want to ask Ed, do you want to address any type of future planning? That I know we've done a lot of it. Do you want to address that, or do you want to talk about the reasons why we cannot have moratoriums on building?
That's a long and convoluted discussion. We could have that at a later date.
Okay, thank you. All right, if that's all, then it's time for the town manager's report. Mr. Ellis?
Yes, first I'll touch on a couple of things. Mr. Richard, the policy you were looking at has been updated. I'll be glad to get you an updated policy. So that $500 threshold has been raised.
Okay.
So I'll get you that. And Ms. Karen, I apologize. That project, we're opening bids on the second, Dennis?
Second of
The
March.
second for the next paving project. Your street will be added on as a change order on that project once we award that contract. The money is here, the funds are available, so I've confirmed that, but I just didn't take time to call you, so I apologize.
We're working on the punch
Approximately
list
how
right now.
far from now are we looking?
It'll be early summer, would you expect, Dennis? Yeah, early to mid-summer. It's gonna be a fairly small project.
It's gonna be at the end of the project now. It's not gonna be up front. We got other streets.
But it'll be this summer. It'll be this summer in this current project, so.
They're doing the punch list on that street right now, and it's 90% built out. That one lot, it's 90%, or we say 100.
But it'll be
All
done
gonna do the
because,
street.
I want it done because we don't know about the prices, and we have a fixed amount of money that was given by the developer, and we don't want the price to exceed that. So it will be done this summer.
Thank you.
Only other thing I was gonna update the board, some future discussion at a work session regarding the Industrial Development Board. Attorney Minor, Attorney Lawhead, and myself had a probably an hour-long meeting earlier this week about that. There's some things that I need to update you guys on and actually get your input in the direction of the Industrial Development Board. They've met about 4 times, and we just need some guidance and kind of some structure and lay out what the board wants, or what you expect out of this board. So I recommend that we do that in the next upcoming work session. I don't want to get into too much of it tonight. I defer to Attorney Minor if he has anything to add on that subject.
Well, it'd just be very important for the board to weigh in with its comments on how much control the board and the town want to retain over the IDB, particularly in the early initial stages of its existence. Mr. Lawhead has now shared the interlocal agreement between Tribal and Shelby County, and I'm reviewing that. We've also reached out to the Fayette County Industrial Development Board Chairman, who's out of town, but will be getting back with me about how they operate with Piperton, which is really the only real active IDB in Fayette County right now, because they've got, if you've been down on 385 there in Piperton, they've got Powermex. Powermex is now almost doubling in size, and that pilot's being mended. You've also got PowerTel down there, and 2 other companies over on the, I guess that would be the east side of 385, as it makes its curve from south to west. But anyway, these are all things that need to be discussed, that the board needs to be informed about, so that you can make a conscious decision of how much involvement the board wants to have in the town, how close the town wants to keep the IDB, at least in its early stages of existence, in terms of its control by the town itself.
That's it.
Okay. Did you want to say anything about the fireworks?
I think we're going to discuss that later on in the agenda. It's
Okay. And Mr. Weston is our director,
He is.
by the way.
Yes,
He
sir.
is a town employee,
He is Parks Director.
doing his job.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, under old business, we do have an ordinance on the second and final reading. This is ordinance 2601. It's amending Title II and adding Chapter 3, creating a Construction Board of Appeal, their duties and responsibilities. At this time, I will declare a public hearing open. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of ordinance 2601? Is there anyone here who wishes to speak against ordinance 2601? Seeing no one coming forward, I will close the public hearing. And I will ask for a motion to hear from an alderman.
Motion to hear ordinance 2601.
I have a motion to hear from Alderman Austin. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Ellis, is this for you or Mr. McDonald?
I will start on this. Actually, the next 3, I may have to defer to Mr. McDonald at some point. You guys are very familiar with this. We've been discussing this since before December in an effort to become exempt from the state so we can do our own electrical inspections in-house rather than rely on a state contractor to do that for us. This is one of the requirements. And second and final reading, as mentioned, you will see several things as we progress through this journey, that there are 2 more actually on this agenda later that are requirements of us doing our own electrical inspection. So it's going to be an ongoing thing. So this is the very first. It's not the very first, but it is the next thing on the list that we need to accomplish.
Any discussion from the alderman?
I just wanted to make sure this is gonna stop the aluminum wiring, that one of the builders.
It's going to allow us to control, restrict, modify, add requirements that are more stringent than the state requirements. So no, we cannot ban the copper-clad aluminum wiring, as I understand it, again, I'll defer to Mr. McDonald, it's allowed under the international code. We can, and the purpose of us doing it ourselves, again, is to restrict it and make it maybe not economically feasible for a builder to choose to go that way. Is that about right, Mr. McDonald?
That's correct.
Well, and this isn't just about aluminum wiring, this is about all regulations that we
This-
have on
Yeah,
building
this
ordinance.
particular board, again, I got off on the wiring, but this, as you said, Mayor, this particular board gives builders an opportunity, a venue to, if they disagree with Mr. McDonald, they'll have a party to go to.
Right. Not just disagree with me, it has to be, if a code is black and white, it's black and white. They can't appeal that. But what they can appeal is construction methods, materials, and interpretations of a code. So that's basically all that can be appealed.
Will they appeal that through you or through the state?
If we got the construction board set up, then they appeal it through the construction board. As of right now, it would have to go to the state. That's correct.
I know that we discussed some changes at the workshop, and there's no changes to this. This is the final, this is what we're
That's
voting on tonight?
final. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. If there's no other discussion or questions, I'll take a motion from anyone who wants to make one.
Make a motion to pass it.
I have a motion to approve from the vice mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
I
You
just,
can stay if you want. All right, under new business, this is ordinance on the first reading. We have ordinance 2602, amending Title 12 of the Electrical Code, which deals with GFCI protection. Can I get a motion to hear? Got a motion from the vice mayor to hear. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Austin. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, Mr. Ellis.
Again, it states in the ordinance, this is another requirement by the state regarding the electrical inspections. And this, I'll just read the italicized portion of the ordinance. It says GFCI protection shall be provided for the branch of circuit or outlet supplying the following appliances rated 150 volts or less to ground and 60 amps or less, single or three-phase, when located within 6 feet of the outside edge of a sink or tub. I'll defer to Mr. Joe if you need more information on that.
I'm kind of surprised we don't already have it. Most builders are already doing this, right? I have GFCIs in my house.
right, this applies only to appliances.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened is in the audit, when we done our amendments for the electrical code, in the 2023 National Electrical Code, GFCI protection is required across the board, okay? So what we were trying to do is take some of that out and match what the state does. So the wording in the amendment, we had it that all appliances were exempt from a GFCI protection. And during the audit, they said that any appliance located within 6 feet of the outside edge of a sink had to be protected. So we're amending that back and adding that GFCI protection.
Okay.
Will this make homes safer?
Oh, yes.
What about your insurance? If it makes it safer, would that apply to your homeowner?
You can try.
Yeah, that would be for the insurance company. I couldn't address that.
A GFCI stands for a ground fault circuit interrupter. It's for if any appliance like a hairdryer or a toaster were to fall in the bathtub or so. I don't know why you'd be making toast in the bathtub, but if any appliance comes in contact with water, it immediately cuts the circuit, so
And
it
the
does save
reason,
lives.
the reason the state takes a lot of that out is, you leave and go on vacation and your refrigeration equipment or whatever's on a GFCI protection, and what we call nuisance tripping, it trips, you come back and all your food's ruined and everything. So the state amended that out and took it out so that it didn't have to have the requirement, but it still has to have it if it's within 6 feet of a sink.
Right.
So, and the way I had addressed it was, it came off of everything, and during the audit, they said no. But they allowed me to address it with a letter until you guys passed the ordinance.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Take a motion when you're ready.
Doesn't the ground fault circuit take care of this, or your ground fault outlet?
That's what this is.
This is talking about an appliance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's circuits feeding appliances.
Oh, okay, I just read it wrong, I guess. It just says, looks like it's talking about appliances rated at 150 watts.
Right.
Okay. I'm trying to figure that out.
It's the outlet where you're gonna plug that appliance in, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I'll take a motion whenever you're ready. Got a motion to approve ordinance 2602 from Alderman LaBuddy. Is there a second? Second it from Alderman Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All righty, next is, we took 2603 off. Okay. Oh, next is new business under resolutions. Resolution 2602, establishing an HVAC permit fee for new and replaced units. Can I get a motion to hear? All right, I've got a motion to hear. Mr. Ellis.
Could defer to Mr. McDonald on this one as well.
Okay.
Okay, this is the same thing during the audit. The state requires, for an electrical permit on a single and two-family dwellings, that a HVAC permit has to be pulled. I didn't include it on the first go-round with it because we already require what we call a mechanical permit. So we already get that and inspect it. But in the state's eyes, they want a whole separate permit just for the circuit serving the HVAC equipment. It's required through the state, and they're requiring it for exempt jurisdictions also. So that's, and again, they let me address that with a letter until you guys passed it through this way.
Is that gonna make the repair cost more?
Well, you already got it. It's just an additional permit you'll have to pull.
But it
Just,
requires a separate circuit. That seems like a lot of work.
right, well, the circuit's already there.
Okay.
If you're replacing your HVAC equipment, you would already have to come to our office and get a mechanical permit for that replacement. But when you do that, we don't look at your electrical at this time. Your contractor should have went to the state and got a separate HVAC permit. And the state guy would look at the electrical. So now it's all gonna go through our office, but instead of letting me look at it on one mechanical permit, the state's requiring us to do it on two permits, mechanical and a HVAC electrical.
Do most HVAC people do that? Do they come to your office to do repair and replace?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do quite a few homeowner inspections.
What's the cost of this permit?
I think it was $45.
$45, yes.
What was the price of the other one? You said two of them.
Mechanical.
On the mechanical, the way it's listed is the price of the equipment, the price of the job. I think it was like $12 per thousand.
Okay. So this one's separate, $45.
Yeah, that's a separate $45 altogether. And it's like Mr. Ellis said, there's gonna be a lot of stuff probably in the first year or so that we'll have to address because it's a brand new written code. It's the latest 2023 National Electrical Code that really very limited jurisdictions have gone to it. So as we see it and we see things happening, what we need to address, then you'll see us trying to do amendments to it.
Any other questions? Take a motion when you're ready. Got a motion to pass from the Vice Mayor Cates. Second from Alderman LaBuddy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, next is Resolution 2603, awarding a bid for drainage repair at 220 Winding Creek. Can I get a motion to hear? Motion to hear from Alderman LaBuddy. Mr. Ellis.
Yes, Mayor and Board, this is a maintenance of the town's drainage infrastructure located at 220 Winding Creek Drive in the Reserve subdivision. Bids for this project were open on January the 2nd. There's a bid tabulation sheet attached. I do want to make one note on the bid tabulation sheet. If you look in the top left, drain repair, it has the wrong address. It has 210 Winding Creek. It's actually 220. This is a low bidder for $36,000. This company has done work for the town before, and staff recommends approval to have this maintenance repair done. It's too big for our staff to do.
What does this consist of?
It's basically a drainage head wall. There's a gutter in the street, and I'll defer to Dennis if I get it wrong. There's a gutter in the street, and there's a pipe that goes between two houses. There's a head wall that dumps out into a ditch. The ditch has eroded around the infrastructure. The head wall is sticking out in the air. It's actually may have fallen off by now. I haven't been out there in a while. This should have been repaired a while back, so it's taken a while for us to get here, but it's a safety issue as well.
It's not in the easement or something?
It's in the easement. It's in the utility easement. Protecting our infrastructure is the only reason we're repairing it. If it's eroding 20 feet away from our infrastructure easement, it's the homeowner's problem. That's private property. So the only reason I'm recommending this repair is because it is our infrastructure in a utility easement.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Is this a young lady that was sitting here?
No, sir, that's a different issue. That's a different issue, yes. And this is a budgeted item. There are funds in the budget for this as well.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And a motion to approve from Alderman LaBuddy. Is there a second? Second from the Vice Mayor. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is Resolution 2604, authorizing solicitation for bids for water meter upgrades. Can I get a motion to hear? Motion to hear from the Vice Mayor. Mr. Ellis?
I'll start again with this is a budgeted expense. It obviously will not be completed in this fiscal year. Asking for permission to solicit competitive bids for water meter replacements. We're having a tremendous amount of failure in our current meters. It's causing a tremendous workload on the staff, the short staff that we already have. Again, this is a budgeted item. We are working to prepare the specifications to put it out for bid, so we'll bring, more information. I can email you guys the specifications when we send out the bid packet. But it's not complete yet, but it's on the top of the priority list. We just want to let you guys.
This is just soliciting for bids?
Just soliciting bids. Nothing will be spent, no money will be spent, and no contracts will be signed. All that'll come back to you guys once we open the bids, just like the drainage situation. You'll see everything before a dime is spent.
Okay. Got a motion to approve from the Vice Mayor. Any? Second from Alderman LaBuddy. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, Resolution 2605, authorizing solicitation for bids for a hydrant maintenance contract. Can I get a motion to hear?
Motion to hear Resolution 2605.
Got a motion to hear from Alderman Bailey. Mr. Ellis?
Mayor and Board, this is we have a vendor doing our maintenance on our hydrants for us. Again, we have short staff, as you know. We have approximately 900 hydrants. I'll defer to Eric as well on this. It's his area. That contract will soon expire. They come around, do flow testing, they do maintenance, they do GIS locations, they provide a book with a photo, flow rates, pressures. It's just something that we just do not have staff to do. It is also a budgeted item as well. We're just asking to solicit bids. Again, just like before, all that will come back to you guys for approval and discussion at that time.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have one.
Yes.
Is this one company that we're using now, are they responsible for a lot of these water main breaks?
No, sir. I'll defer to Eric, but I'll say no.
No, I know what you're talking about, what happened last year in your neighborhood. It's just so hard to pin that on them. No, there's no way.
I know we had one right next to our house, and then soon after that, a block away, y'all were out there all night.
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
if we wanted to do this in-house, you're saying it would be the water department's response, not the fire department?
I can answer, but I want Eric to answer. I think we'll have the same answer, but
So, everyone calls it a fire hydrant.
I know, fire trucks are really water trucks, I get it. I get it.
Right, but we take care of the maintenance
Okay,
of the hydrants. As a water operator, all I'm worried about is dead ends. That's all we worry about, flush nose out. But the flow test is gonna help everybody in this town. It's gonna, correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, this is gonna help with your ISO rating, which will help with everyone's insurance.
Yes, that's correct.
So, it's good work,
so a couple of things. This company flow tests every hydrant, right?
every single hydrant.
Which we would never have the staff
No.
to do that. Also, to kind of go on what Eric was saying, there are state certifications that are required. So we are required to have a certified water treatment plant operator, wastewater plant operator, collections operator, also a distribution systems operator. So that is part of the distribution system.
Yes.
The water mains, the meters, the fire hydrants. So someone in the water department, that guy,
This guy, yeah.
is the only state certified person we have to cover the distribution system, so it falls on his license and his responsibility. So even though we work integrated with the fire department, it's the water department responsibility ultimately.
okay. I just wanted a discussion. We got people
Yep.
watching this meeting
Sure.
and here tonight. It's good information.
All right.
Thank you, Eric.
Yep.
Any other questions or discussions? All right. I'll take a motion when you're ready.
Motion to approve resolution 2605.
All right, got a motion to approve, Alderman Austin. Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, next is resolution 2606, awarding a 3-year contract for 4th of July fireworks. Can I get a motion to hear? Got a motion to hear from the Vice Mayor, Mr. Ellis.
Yes, sir. If you would, Mr. Chase, come on up and help me out with this one. As alluded to earlier in the citizen comments, we try to get multi-year contracts when we can. It's just a smart thing to do. It saves time and manpower and processes of coming before the board to request solicitation, authorization, and so forth. If you look on your second page, I did the summary of all the pricing. Chase, are you familiar with what Mr. Olson's referring to as one of them not having a price because?
I don't, do you know by chance which one?
Yeah, pyro shows.
Pyro shows.
Shows?
Yeah, we got that right here. Do you want to look at it?
I'll get with you after the meeting. You're good.
Sounds good. All right.
So you see the pricing. We have
Yeah.
three-year pricing for each one on your secondary sheet. Unfortunately, I did not total those up. Pyrotechnico, I believe, is the lowest bidder. Mr. Chase, do you have an opinion on who you'd recommend?
Pyrotechnico, they did come in at the lowest bidder. Just to start off, all these companies I did talk to, so the prices that you see, those are the prices it's gonna be over the next 3 years. So it's not gonna be any surprises at all to where, whatever one that we choose, they go, well, hey, this happened, it's gonna be this much. So if we go with, let's say, Pyrotechnico, and they say, hey, it's 16 grand, next year's gonna be 16 grand. They're not gonna surprise us and go, hey, something happened, we gotta go up to 18. So they have locked us into these prices right here. I do have an opinion, it's not the lowest bidder. Pyro shows, we did use them last year. They did a great job, they stay in great communication with us. They've actually been contacting me throughout the year, just before I even started going and getting bids. They actually called me after last year's fireworks show. I think they did a great job, even in the rain. But it was, that's my 2 cents, but I'm going off of what you guys want to choose.
And that was the Pyrotechnico?
Last year was Pyro shows, but they were the second lowest bid this year.
Closed bid, wasn't it?
They came in, so I know this year it says 17, but with the tariffs and all that stuff, it's gonna be 17,850. Just like next year for 2027, it's gonna be 17,850, and then it goes up to 2028, in 2028.
Can't get a 3-year contract with them?
Yeah,
With-
that's what this
Same
is.
price?
Oh, no.
Well, they factor in the tariffs and all that stuff.
Do you have this page, Mr. Frank?
It's
spoke,
on-
it was, Pyrotechnico that I didn't see the price on. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's on here. You recommend pyro shows?
I do. Like, they've been, like I said, great communication. Last year, when we picked them, they were low bidder last year. Great communication through the whole process. The day of, they had somebody there before I got to the site, just wait to set up. But that's, like I said, that's just the communication is a big part for me, so.
If we get this if we get it in earlier enough on a 3-year contract, if we pretty much pick the date we wanna have it.
If we, like, you're saying the date that we, like,
The fireworks show.
so right now, we got it marked down as June 27th. Next year, if we get them under contract, we could probably get it moved to, closer to July 4th. But since we're so late in the process, I've talked to them, and it's that July 4th date on that Saturday, they're all booked up at this point.
But this will, if we have a contract, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but, I mean, the night of or shortly thereafter, they reach out to you and say, hey, you want us to come back next year?
Yes.
And we can never give them an answer because we don't know if we're gonna use them next year. This will lock in the same provider for 3 years in a row. So around the showtime, we can go ahead and book those dates and we get better preference.
Yes, sir.
I would just like to say personally, I kinda like doing our show about a week early, okay? Because a lot of us have family and other plans for 4th of July. A lot of us are out of town for 4th of July. I like doing it early, and it seems like that we get a very large draw. As long as we're not doing it the same night as the county's doing it, it turns out well. My question that I have is, it says that the price for 2027 and 2028 are based on a potential 5% tariff increase. Does that mean that price is already built in, or does that mean that these prices could increase by 5% on each of those?
So from what I heard from Pyro Shows, I have not talked to Pyrotechnico about their price. Pyro Shows, their price is locked in, that's gonna be the max price. Now, if tariffs and all that stuff, if it doesn't raise, there's a possibility that price might go down. Like, it might be less than that. So I know for 2028, it says 18,742. If it comes in that last year of the contract and they can get us that show that we want for less than that, then it'll be less than that price. But we are locked into to that price, the maximum.
I think what you're saying, that these prices include the 5% tariff.
Yes. Yes, sir.
One question for me, where is Pyrotechnico located, do you know? Look through the paperwork.
They are.
I see West Virginia, I see different places.
I know.
Put you on the spot, I didn't know if you.
No, I know a bunch of them have a lot of different office locations. I forgot where this one, they got a location in Tennessee.
Okay, they have one in Tennessee.
Yes. I'd have to look.
Which one was the one that had the bid in for the new park as well as?
That was Pyro Shows too. Yes, ma'am. And there was no change on the price. They factored in the type of show that they would want to do for the same price, but with the amount of room that we're going to have out there, they gave us a quote on that with the different shell count, different type of show.
Any other questions or comments? Mr. Minor, since this resolution is blank, I would need to get a motion that also included the name of the bids from Pyro Shows, if that's the one selected. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Then I'll take a motion whenever you're ready.
Make a motion to accept it.
You make a motion, we accept it with the Pyro Shows?
Whatever everybody wants, just fine on that. Somebody gonna say this, somebody gonna make a motion.
Does that,
That's not going, you're going to make a motion of who you're accepting it from.
yes, we need, you have to pick one of the companies to accept. I'm going on his recommendation, but
What's your
I don't get a vote, so I
What's your
don't.
recommendation?
My recommendation would be Pyro Shows, but like I said, they weren't the lowest bid, but the way the
They're
working
very close to the
relationship.
low bid.
I make a motion, we go over his recommendation.
Okay, that will suffice. Can I get a second? Will? Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Chase.
Thank you, Chase. All righty. Where are we? Resolution 2607, assignment of alderman position numbers. Can I get a motion to hear? Motion to hear from Alderman Labuddy. Mr. Ellis, or?
I will start and defer to Attorney Minor. Again, stand to be corrected. I believe this is a requirement of a past charter amendment. This is regarding the upcoming municipal elections in November of this year. I believe that charter amendment required that we assign positions and current alderman's name to said position.
I'm sorry, did everybody get a
Everyone.
revised?
Got this?
Okay.
Okay.
Did you or Mr. Minor have anything else?
I don't. No.
I don't really, I think I went over it, I'm not sure whether it was the last board meeting or the workshop, but, you know, we've spoken with, the, county, election commission and, Josh Tapp, and, we're synced up with them, so I think we're good to go.
Okay. I don't have a problem with this resolution. I personally don't think it's exactly necessary. But I do want to tell, well, I guess the aldermen and especially the public, this does not, this assigns a number for running for office. It does not rearrange seating. It doesn't, you know, have any other effect. And there's also nothing to prevent, you know, in the example we have, you know, Alderman Cates is listed as position 1. If he so chooses at the next election, he's free to run for position 2 or 3. Whichever one he wants. So, which one are you gonna run for? Sorry. Okay, but, I mean, again, this is just for, elections and ballots. Any other questions from the alderman, comments, general statements? Okay. Do you have something, Mr. Campbell?
No, I was just saying that, with the election coming up and 3 seats available, we needed this done. I'm glad that it got finally taken care of.
Okay. I'll take a motion when you're ready. Got a motion to approve from Alderman Labuddy. Is there a second from Alderman Campbell? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Next is Resolution 2608, Extreme Weather Utility Rate Adjustment. Can I get a motion to hear?
Motion to hear that.
Got a motion from the Vice Mayor, Mr. Cates. Mr. Ellis.
All right, hopefully I won't get crucified on this one. We've done some talking and discussion in the work session. I was very concerned about the extreme weather we had in January and the weeks of freezing weather where most people that I know dripped water. We know about our sewer rates, which can affect the bills. I discussed a figure in the work session that I'd like to do a one-time adjustment. After meeting with Finance Director Rice, that number's changed. So what I'm proposing tonight is we do, I'll call it an extreme weather utility rate adjustment. It's gonna be a one-time adjustment, and it's applicable to Oakland residential water customers only who reside in the city limits, and for utility bills that exceed the 2,500 gallon minimum threshold during the January 26 usage period only. This will be a one-time deal. We don't get that weather often, but I anticipate a lot of people are gonna have some extremely high bills. This is the part I don't wanna, it is what it is. The number I'm proposing a $20 credit on the water portion of the bill. I know it's not much, but after looking at the finance, that's still gonna cost the town tens of thousands of dollars. $20.
Good cost town, how much?
Estimate, it could be $50,000, $60,000.
Well, we know we have, what, 6,000 water
Yeah.
customers?
Well, it's not just the city limits, so about 5
Okay,
in the city.
that's $10,000.
Yeah.
If we're just giving a $20 credit, right?
So the ones that do not use that they'll be under the minimum bill anyway, so they won't get that. But you guys can change whatever you want to do.
Capping the sewer rate at 25,000
No,
No, all this, can I speak?
please do. The sewer fund.
All this does,
yes.
and just so the aldermen are clear, this is only coming out of the water fund. This is not coming out of the sewer fund. This is only for the water. And it's only if you've used more than 2,500 gallons. And it is $20. And I do want the public to know, we are empathetic. We do understand that these water bills have gone up, and it's been an adjustment for, well, almost all of us.
The reason the sewer rates are what they are, and the reason we cannot make an adjustment on the sewer side, is the rates are where they need to be to pay our bills.
Hey, we can't hear up here. Go ahead.
That's it. I was just gonna say, if you guys approve this and, if someone doesn't wanna take their $20 credit, I'm sure they could waive it, so.
Is this gonna be automatically applied to those who meet this, or do they have to come in and?
Automatic applied if approved.
Okay. The only, this might be, yeah, I mean, this might be unpopular, and I know Blake's gonna be mad at me when I say it, but this only applies to the water. The water bill got reduced. The sewage bill got increased dramatically, and that same water that we're giving them a $20 credit went down. They're still gonna be charged a sewer for that. So I do appreciate that we're giving a $20, we didn't do anything the last time this happened.
Nobody does anything
Okay,
that I'm aware of.
nobody does anything. And in all fairness to Eric, I mean, we are providing a discount, but, I mean, this is gonna impact his budget. And just because he has, funds to be able to do it, I don't, I
Again,
guess.
it's up to you guys.
But having said that, I know Blake, I'm sorry, I know Blake.
Yeah.
We struggle to get enough money to pay the bills at the wastewater plant, so.
We do, and that's for you guys to decide and discuss.
Any other questions or discussion?
I do understand that, but, it's the sewer rate that's gonna be, it's gonna be the killer.
I agree.
Mr. Cates?
I know it's gonna be a strain on everybody, on the town, but it's also a strain on a lot of our citizens too. Because they're already paying high bills. I know, I'm just speaking for myself. I drip two bathrooms and a kitchen. I never cut them off day and night. Mine dripping day and night over a week. So, I'll pay mine, but it is putting a bind on some of our citizens. And it's gonna put the town in a bind if we do it. So either way you go, you're just stuck. But I think this is one time we need to consider our citizens.
Any other discussion, comments, questions?
Yeah, I have a question. I see in section B here, it says January. What if this cold weather exceeds January?
He's
Say
talking
it
about,
goes into February.
Well, so far it's not. I'm kinda hot today.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's just talking about that real bad ice storm we had, which we don't have one every, 20 years or so.
It's just for that period.
It's
So
not cold
again,
or snow.
if you guys approve this or whatever you approve, and if you don't, you don't, that's fine too. But my thought was, whatever you guys approve, we'll have that, use it for this period and have it in our back pocket for the next event, whether it's a year, a month, or 10 years. That's the thought behind it. Again, I know it seems like a very minimal amount, almost disrespectful, but that was not my intent. I'm trying to do what I can do to help as much as I can, but we are handcuffed.
Well, and I think, everybody was expecting a high bill because they know they all ran their water.
I know.
So,
I think the intention is admirable, but and I get it, but the $20 is gonna save people versus what it costs the town, which is still the people. I don't know if it's.
But there are funds in the water department to cover it. If there's a future need, we might have to
Right.
give more money to the water. But, I mean, that's if, I mean, we know this happened.
It's completely up to you guys. Again, it's the best I could recommend.
Any other discussions? Questions? I'll take a motion when you're ready.
I'll make a motion to pass it.
Got a motion to approve Resolution 2608 from the Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a second from Alderman Austin. I'm gonna do a roll call vote. Alderman Campbell?
Yes.
Alderman Austin?
Yes.
Alderman LaBuddy?
Yes.
Alderman Bailey?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cates?
Yes.
All right. That's 5-0. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, next is Resolution 2609, a land use moratorium. Can I get a motion to hear?
Motion here.
Got a motion to hear from Alderman LaBuddy. Mr. Ellis?
I think this was discussed in the work session as well. Staff is proposing a 6-month moratorium on processing and approval for application for mobile home parks and mobile homes. As we gather information for zoning, we'll be doing that during this 6-month period for these particular residences.
I was under the impression we might, should there be any public comment on this? No?
There's no requirement that there be.
Okay.
I mean,
I had discussed earlier, and that's the only reason I asked. I did not see it on the agenda. I like to follow legal advice.
yeah, I mean, Mr. Catan is here to comment on it. He and I have been working together on this.
Okay.
I really,
No, I understand. Okay. If there's any discussion or questions, if not, I'll take a motion whenever you're ready. Got a motion to approve from Alderman LaBuddy. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, under other items of business, establish a date. I guess we need a date and a time for a work session.
If I could, Mayor, I had one more thing. We had 2 invoices over 45 days need board
I thought that was on here.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the work session first.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Only thing I have to discuss at this time at a potential work session right now is the Industrial Development Board. That's gonna require a little bit of discussion. Does the board have any other topics they want to discuss?
Do we want to stick to the Thursday, March the 5th? Do we need one in March?
I will not be able to be here on the 5th of March.
I can't
And
either.
if we're gonna talk about the IDB, probably I need to be here.
Okay. Do we need to do it in March, or is this something we can do?
I would prefer to do it in March. Could we do the 12th, maybe? Or it doesn't matter, 10th, whatever.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We might, that is a week before the meeting. Is that, I mean,
I'd do it then.
well, but the attorney can't.
Yeah, he needs to be, the attorney needs to be here for that.
I mean, I'll be able to make the call. You guys can make it without me.
Well, do you want us to do it when you're here?
No, it's, you guys, the majority of y'all will be here.
Okay. Is the 12th?
12th works for me, but, you know, I want.
Any other conflicts? And can we do it at 6 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock?
Please, please.
Did you have anything else to add, Mr. Minor?
Not to the workshop, no ma'am.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any, if you have items to add, they can get with the town manager. Does March the 12th at 6 o'clock work for everyone? I really want you here, Dan. Are you sure?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're talking about it right now. We can pick a different day.
No, go ahead, say it.
Okay. March the 12th at 6. Yes,
I have, everyone has it, we got a letter passed out today from our Oakland folks here,
yes.
request that, something be put on a work session.
You want to address these items at the work session?
Yeah, will be about the Oakland fiscal audit and everything.
Can you get with Mr. Ellis and talk about the scope of,
For me, we,
okay, we can do that.
Thank you.
I need to get with you on something to put on there too.
okay.
Okay.
And for the record, Ms. Conley, I didn't, I don't know if it went to spam or junk or what,
It's fine.
I didn't get that. I just saw it tonight for the
We
first
have
time.
time.
Okay.
I did get it. I spoke to a couple of members personally about it. Okay. All right, the last thing is the approval. We have a couple of invoices. They're there in front of you. If there's any question, ask Mr. Ellis. If not, I'll just take a motion to approve whenever you're ready.
Both of them 45 days, huh?
Yes, sir.
What happened on these?
I can't answer. Mr. Blake and Dennis, I think Dennis was Hill Manufacturing, and Mr. Blake was a pump station parts vendor that we use. I don't know what happened to those. They're just 45 days over. These are items were purchased, they were budgeted, so, I mean, we owe the money.
I know, Roy.
But I can, I mean, they can
Why
answer.
we waited to
I can speak to mine, I just missed it, that was my fault. I just overlooked it, it got lost in all the fray of invoices we deal with, so I'll take responsibility for that one.
I was on vacation and missed it as well.
I have a question, do they not mail these to town hall as well, to send an email?
I can speak to that too. Anytime this happens, we set it up so that it goes to Natasha as well, the accounts payable, to ensure that it won't happen again.
We used to have to do this every month, so
Very much reduced, so thank you to the staff for that.
I don't know if it's, I don't think luck. I think it's people getting better at doing their job. So, got a motion to approve from the vice mayor, second from Alderman LaBuddy. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Got a motion from Mr. LaBuddy. We are adjourned.